About a year ago, I purchased the Canon C400, which is right here. And I sold my C70. I sold an R5C, filming on a second R5C right here that I decided to keep. And I also have the Canon XF605 ENG camera, which is a great camera that I use for a lot of documentaries. Was just in Africa on a documentary. Use that quite a bit, as well as the cinema cameras. And one thing about the 605 is it has a color EVF on it, kind of the old school. For me, that's the way I grew up, using ENG cameras with a black and white EVF in the time. But obviously the C400 doesn't have that. And then I purchased the C50 as well, right here, and it didn't have an EVF. I don't know if it's just partly because of what I was used to, but also just for comfort and clarity, literally upon there, I knew that I wanted to have a good quality EVF. And so I found a company called Kinefinity. They make fantastic EVFs. This is the one I have. It's not cheap, $1,350 for this. There's, I think, 3 variables to it, but the different prices just comes with some different cables and brackets, I think. I bought a small rig cage and took the top handle off, mounted the cage, and then this little Sony type bracket that holds Sony type batteries, this is a newer battery, I mounted on top, and then just from USB-C out to the EVF is how I power it. And a battery like this can run it for hours. And I can put it on a slider, and I keep the EVF on it, whether it's on a slider or on sticks or handheld. I always have that. And for me, it just gives me a lot of comfort knowing that I'm always spot on in the focus. Now you can get an SDI version or an HDMI version. On both of these, I got the HDMI. The reason why I chose HDMI is because it has an in and an out, so I can take an out of both of these. And I don't think the SDI version has an output option. I bet Kinefinity will probably address that. A criticism I'd give, honestly, is the diopter here. Although it's very smooth, feels good quality, it's pretty loose. I would tighten that because I noticed that I bump it or somebody might bump it and it turns just slightly. Obviously, it's easy just to put it back in focus, but that would be a suggestion I would give to Kinefinity, who has no idea I'm making this video. I purchased both of these on my own, so $2,700 for these 2 EVFs. So regardless of the camera system you're using, if it doesn't have an EVF, consider the Kinefinity, and I don't think you'd be disappointed. And it's well built, feels like it's metal construction, and has a great menus inside of it as well. I'm very happy that I got it. So take a look at them online if you're looking for a good quality EVF. All right, over and out.